Tharisa has delivered strong earnings growth for the fiscal year 2020 and 19, revenue of $406 million. That's an 18% increase year on year. Joining me now is the CEO, Phoevos Pouroulis. He has the numbers and the strategy. Phoevos, thank you so much for giving us your time this morning. We're all trying to grapple with where demand spikes and normalization comes. So set the scene for us in terms of what's happened post the spike in COVID. We saw prices hike in terms of chrome. So just give me a sense of the demand and pricing dynamics of the market at the moment.
Yeah, absolutely. Good morning to you and your viewers, and thank you for hosting us this morning. So really, it's been an extraordinary story. We've all lived through COVID and we've understood the challenges that it's presented. And by way of design and the nature of our business, we have a low risk, low cost, open pit co-producing asset in South Africa. And when we say co-producing, we mean we produce platinum group metals and chrome concentrates on a fairly large volume. And that dual stream model has really seen us been able to trade through and in fact post some really positive financial results, as you rightfully say, almost a fourfold increase in earnings year on year. But we can't take all the credit for that. And as you rightfully say, the platinum group metal basket has been the star performer. So when we talk about platinum group metals, we talk about platinum, palladium, rhodium, iridium, ruthenium, and gold. But of importance for us, and in particular being South African producers, which account for more than 80% of the world's platinum and rhodium production, we are major contributors to those growing demand sectors. Now, what is driving the demand and is it sustainable is the question we get.
Well, let's just pause for a moment. Let's just pause for a moment.
Sure.
Let's just pause for a moment. There's a lot to take in there. And we need to get some of the bite-sized news from you. Where is the strongest demand coming through? And is it enduring as we see the vaccine narrative arrive? So talk me through the demand. Where's the strongest?
Sure. So PGMs are used primarily in autocatalytic conversion. So they're emissions control interventions, and they're utilized in catalytic converters in the automotive industry. Now, palladium has had a rally and has been hovering around $2,400 an ounce. And this has really been on the back of the move away from diesel passenger drivetrains to gasoline drivetrains. And we've seen an increase in demand, primarily driven by Asia, but also increasing emission standards on your carbon emissions. And so the story remains robust in terms of demand because we see supply deficits, so physical constraints in terms of supply of palladium going forward into the medium term. But the real unknown gem and the most precious of all these precious metals is rhodium. And as mentioned, this is a South Africa-centric story. South Africa supplies more than 80% of the primary production. It is also utilized in autocatalytic conversion, but it has a different application in that it purifies noxious gases, your nitrous oxides. And in effect, it's irreplaceable. And we've seen prices rally to just over $16,000 an ounce. By comparison, our average for our previous financial year was around $8,400 per ounce. So really,
okay, Phoevos, let's just get some levels from you then in terms of platinum. Let's just get some levels from you. Where are we going to get to in platinum in the near term in 2021 on the demand side, and rhodium before we move on? I need to get to some of the tax questions. So give me two levels on platinum and rhodium.
Yeah, sure. So platinum is in a marginal surplus at the moment, but with increased emission standards, in particular in light and heavy industrial automotive sector, we should start seeing platinum prices, and we have seen them start escalating. They're hovering around the $950 per ounce. And historically, you'll remember platinum always traded at a premium to gold because not only did it have a store of value,
I need a level from you because I need to move on. I've got the history. I need the levels from you. And then we need to move on.
So, yeah, sure. So we wouldn't be surprised if we see platinum breaking through $1,000 an ounce in financial year 2021 on the back of stronger demand.
Okay, how are you going to be? How are you going to take the impact? Yeah. Rhodium, give me the level on rhodium quickly.
So currently, spot price is $16,000 an ounce. All the fundamentals are pointing to a sustained, very strong price. But the reality is, at $8,000 or $16,000, we have fantastic margins, as all producers in South Africa. But being a low-cost producer, we benefit on that front. Yeah.
We've got a chrome ore export tax. How is that going to hit the company?
So we are a large producer of metallurgical chrome concentrates, which is the feedstock into stainless steel, and is really what the South African government is looking at taxing as an export to support the domestic ferrochrome industry in South Africa. As a primary ore producer and a large employer, we don't believe that the tax is the right medicine for the issues that the ferrochrome industry are facing. We think that the five-fold escalation in electricity tariffs in South Africa over the last decade is the primary reason and the main reason why the downstream beneficiation of chrome in South Africa is struggling. So we're opposed to the tax. Now, the question is, what is the tax? What's the shape? What's the form? When will it be introduced? And we don't have those answers. So at this point in time, there's uncertainty whether the tax can be passed on to the end user. So there may be a marginal impact, or there may be a margin squeeze from our side in terms of that export tax as a primary producer.
Phoevos, when the tax comes to bear, or in whatever shape and form, please return to Bloomberg and have that discussion. Sorry for harrying you along on the prices, but we like the facts, the figures and the prices. Phoevos Pouroulis, Tharisa CEO here on Bloomberg. This is Bloomberg.